Okay, everybody, here we go. It is me, Gregory Mannarino, post market report on this Wednesday, June 28th, 2023. Thank all of you for being here. All my lovely friends, Lava Girl, Magic, Mika. Who else is here? Everybody. Everyone's here. Anyway, thank you all, honestly. Um, before I even get to the thing, what he said today, I'm talking about our illustrious, I don't even want to say president, sitting behind the Resolute desk, and the absolute lies that were coming out of its mouth. I want to cover just a few of those things here. Anyway, let's talk about this market. It really did nothing today. We had a mixed market. Dow finished lower fractionally. S&P 500 relatively flat. Nasdaq actually put on a gain here. 10-year yield slightly lower. Relative strength of the dollar higher today. Crude oil got bid up by like 2%. Meanwhile, gold and silver under a little pressure today. Cryptocurrencies under a little pressure today. That's where we stand with this freaking market. It's too stupid to me. Mitch, thanks, buddy. Anyway, what else would you expect? No. Again, before we talk about, no, what? Hold on a second. Maybe we'll start talking about this a little bit because it was really stomach turning listening, and I listened to some of it. I couldn't listen to all of it talk today, and all it did, freaking our thing sitting behind the Resolute desk here, Bidenstein, yeah, the economy is so strong. So he's out here touting the economy, how strong it is. Two things really caught my attention today, and this is incredible. Number one, okay, that I want to discuss is he's talking about how people, because of his economic policies, Bidenomics, they are making more money. This is a complete falsehood on an unbelievable scale. Again, if you weigh what people are actually earning against their own numbers with regard to inflation, people are getting robbed blind. They're earning less and less money. But according to him, the thing, because he's an authority figure, he's the president, right? No, okay, whatever. But he wants you to know people are earning more money. He's responsible for that. Meanwhile, again, no mention about real wages. Again, what people are earning based against actual inflation, their own freaking numbers. Number two. Inflation is coming down. I mean, you and I knew that this was going to be floated out here. Okay, people, look, I'm going to urge you to do your own research on this. Inflation is not coming down. Inflation is continuing to rise. And we heard more about that from the gargoyle today and from Powell thing, yellow stain. We'll talk more about that too. But these two things, I mean, the man thing, Biden was going on and on and on about how great our economy is, how strong we are. But meanwhile, here's a piece of economic news that we just got today. Are you ready for this one? The average guy, the average girl has now wiped out any savings that they might have had as inflation continues to rise. Make it up. But you see, here's the thing. Some people are going to believe what came out of its mouth today. Again, it's just this weird state of affairs that's going on top of everything else. So again, there's no mention about that, how the savings rate is in the negative. People can't make ends meet out of its mouth today. No mention whatsoever how people are carrying their largest and heaviest debt burdens ever in history. No mention whatsoever about skyrocketing loan defaults. Oh, no, you can't know about that. It's just incredible. It really is. What is this? What planet are we on? Scotty, beam me up. This planet freaking sucks. Speaking about the planet sucking, thanks, Mitch, and thanks, Spirit Child. Again, billions and billions and billions and tens of billions being promised to support this war over there. Look, no matter where you stand, I know there are people that are for this war and people who are against this war. But, I mean, how is it? And maybe some of you can explain this to me that maybe have a better understanding than I do. How is it that we literally have unlimited funds to, finance this war over there? I mean, don't we need to declare a war before we can have an unlimited bankroll? I mean, we're at war. Anyone that doesn't think that the United States isn't at war here, we're at war, clearly. And we're financing this whole thing. And it's an incredible thing. Billions of dollars being promised yet again, and on top of what we sent over there, on top of the hundreds of billions that are being promised to rebuild Ukraine. Thank you, Rod Jones. Where does this cash come from? We don't have it. Okay. Now going back to this whole thing, how thing was taking credit for people making more money and inflation is coming down, right out of the mouth of Powell and his cohort over there, the other thing, the gargoyle. They are vowing to continue to fight inflation because it's still very, very, very high. But according to the president, it's coming down. That up, make it up. You can't make it up. It's impossible to do. No one can. Oh, yeah. And here's the other narrative that's being pushed today by the mainstream media. Are you ready for this? The banking crisis, because we were in a crisis, the regional banking, but that's over with now. It's easing. The crisis is easing. How about it's not easing? Okay. Withdrawals from all of the institutions, not just these regional banks, even the big banks. I mean, people can't put money away. Okay. So the banks are in trouble, period. Not just because of derivative exposure. Honestly, that's a huge issue. Commercial real estate is tremendous. Another issue they're going to be dealing with, which I think has the potential to really bring down the banking system, and you and I are going to pay for it. But again, the same situation that affected the regional banks, no deposits, no loans, and no deals, is hitting the big banks as well, who are absorbing assets for pennies on the dollar from the smaller institutions. Thanks, Abe. You see what I'm talking about here? But again, don't worry about it. Don't look over there. No. Listen to Bidenstein lying to you repeatedly. I wonder how many people actually are buying it, are believing a single word. So we get billions more promised to fund the war over there, and central banks are in the fight of their lives to fight inflation. So what does this mean? Let's put that together real quick. What it means is, and this is going to resume. Central banks, including the Fed, are going to resume raising rates. Okay. Incrementally, little 25 basis points here, maybe a 50. But all they're doing, what are they doing? You know what they're doing. They're limiting the availability of credit to small businesses who are being exterminated in favor, of course, of the corporate agenda. People are getting wiped out, destroyed. But our economy is really, really strong. You know it is because it said so. Thank you, Joey Sox. You see what I'm talking about? It's driving me insane. Absolutely insane. Lord Humongous, why is JPI garbage? I love the monthly income I get out of that thing, and I intend to buy a lot more. I can't understand why you would say it's garbage, but look, you're entitled to your opinion. I love you too, bro. That's the truth. You've been with me a long time, so you're entitled to whatever you want to say. Anyway. Yes, that's true, Nick. The dividend can fluctuate. It's not fixed. Right now, it's around 11%, somewhere around there per year. It will move around depending on volatility. Absolutely. Anyway, we'll talk more about that stuff later. Hold that thought over there. Again, hold the JEPI dividend stuff till later. Let me finish with this whole thing here. Make sure I got all this stuff down. So again, what we have here, people, clearly, again, the more you hear out of, let's say, a puppet like the Thing. I'm going to call Biden the Thing from now on, okay? Because it's a thing. It's not even human. When someone can sit there and lie and lie and lie, I mean, that's just, in my book, that's subhuman. Okay, we should be honest with each other. My three things: love each other, care about each other, be charitable. When you have something that sits there and has no human quality whatsoever and is doing whatever he's got to do because he wants to get reelected, which doesn't matter any freaking way, they're going to put whoever they freaking want behind their resolute desk. I'm talking about the military-industrial complex, who's the real thing behind everything, this funding for wars. Why do you think wars are going on and on with no end in sight while we are marching towards an expansion of war, more funding for war, where people sit back and do nothing about it. Really, come on, people. You know all this stuff already. We've covered repeatedly over and over. Mitch, thanks again, bro. Anyway, I think that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about so far. Anyway, look, the bottom line is people are hurting around the world as central banks exert control and power on everyone to fulfill the agenda, to be the lenders and buyers of last resort, to continue to inflate on an unprecedented scale. It's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. If anyone believes that what they're seeing now with regard to the global economy, the economy here in the United States, the pressure on the middle class, if you think it's going to miraculously get better for you, you got to. It's not by a long shot. Not by a long shot. Lord Humongous, we only by real. Yeah, no, I can understand that, Lord Humongous. I'm on the same page as you, bro. I'm diversified into a lot of things, a lot of different things, and I like to be kind of spread out. I do still believe, and I stand by what I've been saying for the longest time. That is, that silver is the most undivided asset on the planet at this time. Gold probably running in a close second here. Commodities in aggregate are where to be moving forward. Period. Honestly, this global hyper bubble, and this goes beyond a hyper bubble in the debt market, and is continually being fueled by funding wars and everything else here. Excuse me. It's only going to get worse, and you need to be on the opposite side of that trade, 100%. Are things like JEPI going to take a hit when this market melts down? Absolutely, it is. But as long as they keep paying that dividend, you see, look, here's my take on JEPI. Maybe this will answer some of those questions for you. Okay. First of all, look at how it's structured. I like the structure of JEPI. I'm not going to go over it here, but you can easily punch this up. The structure is good. It's well diversified. Pays a monthly dividend, which is pretty nice to get. It's nice cash flow. You convert that into hard assets. Let's look at this debt market real quick. The 10-year yield being the benchmark, looking at the US dollar on a relative strength basis, are the two major components of the Mannarino market risk indicator, which has been, honestly, in my opinion, it's the best risk indicator that has ever been come up with for this market. It takes two major metrics that weigh on the market with a little bit of math here, comes up with a number. The market seems to be okay here, okay? The stock market. Even though this is in a high risk zone. Remember, the MMRI was in the green. It was in the green when it first came out. We passed through yellow. Now we're in orange. The next step higher is red, quite obviously. Eventually, look, this is gonna play out to be so bad. A meltdown in the debt market is going to happen. But again, there's a massive, beyond anyone's wildest dream, massive effort to keep rates suppressed. Again, central banks are raising rates, right? How is it that rates are dropping here? Bond yields are dropping. Again, it's kind of an interesting paradox, don't you think here? Again, the only reason why we're hearing all this nonsense again today, how, Le Gargoyle and the Thing, what I'm talking about now, are talking about how they're in the fight of their lives and they're vowing. These are the same entities that have created the problem that we are in. So you and we're supposed to trust that these things are going to fix the problem that they created for all of us? Really, where's the outcry? Where is the uproar? I mean, it's nowhere, and it drives me out of my mind. Really, really does, people. Honestly, it's too much. Honestly, people, all this stuff is too freaking much. Oh boy. Anyway, all right. So exactly, Bidenomics. So with regard to JEPI, did I cover what maybe some of your questions are? I've been in this for a long time. I've been buying this for a long time, adding to my position for a long time. Thanks again, Mitch. Thank you, Melanie. Le Gargoyle. Yeah, seriously. Jerome Powell's with us. Thanks for being here with us, people. Anyway, 420 by July 4th, Alan Greenspan, the MMRI. If the MMRI hits 420, it ain't going to be pretty. I'm going to tell you right now. It ain't going to be yes. The JPI dividend will drop in a lower volatility market. The more volatility there is, the higher the dividend will be, theoretically. You understand? So that's why we're seeing this happen. So it's not fixed. It's going to fluctuate depending on market volatility, the dividend of JEPI. Anyway, wax on, wax off. Lovely. The earth is flat. Congratulations. Yeah. Yellen and Powell are lovers. Please, please don't even make me think about these things, people. Really, honestly. All right. Now, on the side note, I know we can do better than this. You trying to tell me we can't do better than 352 thumbs up so far here? Got over 1,000 people here. Geo Rider, exactly, bro. It's a mad, mad world. It's a mad world. Yeah, let's pick up those thumbs up. All right, I appreciate it. You see how bent out of shape I get. Do you realize when I do these live streams or anything, and I just start, my heart starts pounding, I start sweating. I don't know, people. Things got to change, and unfortunately, you see, you and me, we get it. I'm sitting here and I'm blabbing, but I'm preaching to the choir. I would be willing to bet that every single thing I covered here, you all knew anyway. We've been talking about this since time immemorial. Pretty much everything that we've discussed from years ago, it's happening right here. So it's not like this is a surprise or a shock to anyone. You understand? This is why I urge people, share the work, get it out there, give these videos a thumbs up. It's so important. I count on all of you to do it, to get this stuff out, because without you, this just won't appear anywhere. It's really the truth. All right. Anyway, a housewarming. Maybe we'll do one. Geo Rider 92. We'll talk about that when I get over there. Now, here's the deal with my house over there. It's being built, as I said. I won't be in there until like November. I had to rent an Airbnb. So I rented an Airbnb until that time. It ain't cheap. So, but that's okay. I'm going to do these videos obviously from there. Anyway, yeah, it's a thing, isn't it? It's just a thing. I can't. They're all things, okay? And to me, they're all freaking subhuman. You know what I'm talking about. Or those that dwell in the hallways of the Federal Reserve. You think these are human beings? You think they have not a human quality? I mean, their job here, what they're doing it literally is world domination. They're sucking people dry in every way you could think about, destroying people on an unbelievable scale. We've never seen anything like this before in the history of the world. But according to vomitous mass, I like that too. We're doing great. People are earning more money and inflation is coming down. Make it up. Make it up. Inflation is not coming down. Slizzards. Joe Potter. Slizzards. That is is that a real word, or did you just make that up? Because that's a good word. They are kind of like slizzards. Wow. I like that one. Cash and carry. Here's another one. Look at the eyes on that man. You know, what do they say? The eyes are the windows to the soul. Look at that other thing. I'm talking about Neil Cashinkari. I call him Lex Luthor. Yeah, he's some kind of other thing, and then you get the ghoul. They're all ghouls, all right. But we have the supreme ghoul. I think you know what I'm talking about here. All right, people. Look, they're criminals of the highest order. Yeah, they're all something. All right, people. I'm gonna get out of here. I love all of you from the heart. I mean that. This video got kind of long here. Looks like we're losing a few people. That's okay. All right. I will see all of you in the morning. You're my base, all of you. You're with me no matter what happens. I'm with you. We got each other's backs, and that's what matters. Whatever they do to us, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do to us. Honestly, we have each other, and I think that's the most important thing. All right. That's it. I'm out of here. See you in the morning. All right.